Bato ba? Hello and welcome to Season 3, Episode 7 of the Discordancy Podcast. So, as promised, I will continue on the very final part of this month-old news edition of the Daily Tribune. So back in the last episode, which was about a month ago, I covered the first half of this edition of the Daily Tribune. So now we're going to cover the final half of the paper. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5. Let's see. Hold on. I'm gonna have to check what editions I've already covered. So the front page, of course, I have the money. There's 6 editions here. A, B, C, then D, E, and then there should be an F. Where the hell's the F? Well, there are only 5 sections. Oh, Jesus, I thought there were 6. Well, okay, so this is gonna be a pretty short episode. These are very short editions. So we're gonna do a deep dive. We're gonna do a larger dive. We're gonna dive deeper into these editions than the previous episode. So I don't know why you had to wait over a month for me to do this. I sincerely apologize. Anyways, college life has been pretty busy for me, so it's why this is not even out of pure laziness now. It's just that I simply do not have the time nor the desire even to actually make these episodes, these hour-long uninterrupted episodes. But now that I do have the time, and now that I want to make an episode of this podcast, we shall now make one. So, by the way, I'm recording this on Monday, the 1st of September, 2025. So, you will find out how long it took for me to actually release this episode. Now, this is the first one we're going to tackle, the Life Edition. It's called Bread and Butter, Project Larawan, Project Photo. Let's look at the... You can check out the QR code here. If you know, you know. And it's time for me to read this bottom part. Right. Bread and butter. In Lamitan, a panyam seller waits patiently for someone to purchase her delicacies. Panyam, or panyalam, is a traditional Filipino bangsamoro fried rice pancake made with ground glutinous rice, muscovado or brown sugar, and coconut milk mixed into a batter that is deep fried. Profiles of the Filipino one portrait at a time, Project Larawan. Project Larawan is an initiative of Gabriel Gabi Malvar, a documentary filmmaker, writer, and photographer whose narratives are nuanced with unique, inventive perspectives to provoke an inquisitive look at his favorite subject, the Philippines. Become a part of Filipino identity every other Saturday on the Daily Tribune. If we do have the time, I will also Hold on, I'll be back. Hello there. I was gone because I was buying, what do we call this? Taho. It's a Filipino delicacy. And it's an amazing snack. Let me show it to you. Bada bing, bada boom. Wow. Wada wow. Wow wow. Let's have a bit of a taste test. Delicious. Simply delicious. I like drinking it like this. I don't really like mixing it. Okay. Where was I? Oh, right. If we have time here on this episode, I will also be covering the daily or the Manila Bulletin, but I don't know. I don't think I should just put it in a separate episode. Right. Let's proceed with the pages of the life section. Life. Oh God. Damn. Okay. Black coffee, no sugar. We were seated at the cafe we used to love, her fingers wrapped around her usual caramel latte, mine around a plain black Americano. She looked at my cup and laughed. "You've changed," she said. I didn't always drink my coffee this way. There was a time I needed it sweet. 2 sugars, sometimes 3. I convinced myself I liked it that way. It masked the bitterness, softened the edges. It was easier to sip. Easier to swallow. Easier to pretend it tasted good. That's how I like my life too. Sweetened, filtered, sugar-coated. In my 20s, in my 20s, I mistook agreeableness for peace. I said yes when I meant no. I showed up to things I didn't want to attend, smiled at people I barely trusted, held my tongue when something inside me was screaming. I became good at filtering myself. I thought that was what kindness looked like. Clean, palatable, no sharp aftertaste. But kindness without truth eventually grows heavy. I once stayed in a relationship a year longer than I should have. We weren't hurting each other, not in the ways that show, but we also weren't being honest. We reassured each other when we should have asked the hard questions. We smiled for photos, said nice things, went on nice dinners, played the parts we had learned to play. It looked like sweetness from the outside. It left me tired on the inside. It ended in 2015 in UST. We were seated at a cafe we used to love, her fingers wrapped around her usual caramel latte, mine around a plain black Americano. If I remember it right, that was the first time I ordered that drink. She looked at my cup and laughed. "You've changed," she said. I wasn't sure if she meant the coffee, or the fact that for the first time I had said no when she asked if I still wanted to try again. But I knew she was right. Something had shifted. And for the first time I thought, maybe change wasn't such a bad idea after all. I started saying no, not to be difficult, but to be real. I stopped offering softened versions of what I meant. I learned to let silence hang when I didn't have the words yet. I stopped explaining decisions to people who were never really listening. I stopped performing warmth for the sake of being understood. Like every first, it was difficult, to the point that it felt like grief. You don't realize how much of your life has been shaped around the expectations of others until you begin the slow, patient work of unbecoming. There were days I worried I had lost my softness, days I rewrote messages over and over, afraid I had been too sharp, days I mourned the version of me who never made anyone uncomfortable until I remembered how often that same version made me uncomfortable just to keep the peace. Truth, by its nature, disturbs. It scrapes away illusion. It invites discomfort, but it also clears the fog. Sometimes the truth means telling a friend that the version of your friendship you once loved no longer feels like home. Sometimes it means walking away from a job that pays well but slowly empties your spirit. Sometimes it's simply saying, I'm not okay, on a day when everyone expects you to smile. It doesn't always come with clarity. It rarely feels heroic. It just feels real. And that, I've learned, is enough. These days, I drink my coffee in the mornings before anyone else is awake. The apartment is still. The city has not begun its rhythm. I sit by the window, holding a warm mug in both hands, letting the silence do its quiet work. No sugar, no cream. Just heat and sharpness and depth. It is a small ritual, but it reminds me of the life I now choose daily. A life that no longer needs to taste good in order to be good. That is the gift of growing up. Realizing that not everything has to be sweetened. Not every truth needs a bow. Not every moment requires a takeaway. Sometimes it's enough to say, this is where I am, and let that be the whole point. Because the truth, like black coffee, doesn't beg to be liked. It stands on its own, and if you sit with it long enough, if you resist to urge to sweeten or further dilute, you'll find something steady beneath the sting, buried under the dregs of it all. Something honest, something grounding. I write this now with the same black coffee beside me. No sugar, no cream. The taste is the same, but I don't wince anymore after the first sip. Bitterness is a flavor too. Ivan Jeff C. Soberano is an engineer, educator, and entrepreneur. He writes about growth, grit, and the quiet moments that shape us. This is his latest piece for the Daily Tribune. Pretty nice piece. Pretty nice. Next we have Liit, a special dog on wheels, steals hearts at East-West Dream Run, Manila. Let's see. Let's look at what portion should we read. Maybe we just read all of it. I like this news. At the final leg of the East-West Dream Run 2025, more than 6,000 runners took to the streets of Philinvest City in Alabang to chase fitness goals and personal records. But one of the most unforgettable stories was about heart, and it came on 4 wheels. Jesus. Wow. Excuse me. 4 wheels? The photos in here are not in 4 wheels, but okay. Liit, a French bulldog with a huge spirit. Her name literally means small, but there's nothing little about the courage she brought to the sold-out 1K dog category at the Dream Run's Manila leg. Rolling beside her proud fur parent, Liit showed the world that dreams come in all sizes. Liit is a PWD, or a pet with disability, who lost the use of her hind legs and now moves with the help of a custom wheelchair. But what she may lack in mobility, she makes up for in joy, energy, and inspiration. With her wheels spinning and tail wagging, Liit surely lit up the route. Liit may be small, but her dreams are anything but, said her owner, who had 4 other Frenchies. Liit holds a special place in my heart. Just because she's a PWD dog doesn't mean she can't enjoy the things other dogs do, like running freely and being part of something fun. Joining the East-West Dream Run is our way of celebrating her fighting spirit and reminding everyone that you're never too small or too different to chase after what you want. Cheered on by fellow runners and spectators alike, Liit became an instant crowd favorite. Her presence on the track reminded everyone that this event goes beyond medals and milestones. It's about showing up, pushing forward, and doing it with love. Held in celebration of East-West's 30th anniversary and the Philinvest Group's 70th year, the Dream Run brought together people and pets from across the country to celebrate health, hope, and connection. With race categories for all ages and experience levels, including kids and dogs, the event became a vibrant display of inclusivity and shape spirit. From the 30-kilometer Dream Challenge to the 1K Dog Run, each category brought its own stories of strength, but few left as lasting a mark as Liit's. Liit may not have reached the finish line, but on her tiny wheels, she's reminded everyone that courage isn't about crossing first or at all. It's about showing up, moving forward, and daring to try. That day she rolled with something greater than strength. She owned the moment. And here is a black and white photo of that page. Look at that. Then here is the part with the French Bulldog. Yep, there we go. Look at her, such a cutie dog. Next, there's also Filipino Youth Shrine at 37th APCC. Yeah, that's not... Nah. Let's not read that. Yes, Congress might have saved something by not rolling out the red carpet, say for instance, the actual cost of the carpet, or if they were to use an old one, the cleaning and manpower for it. But the House definitely failed to show solidarity with typhoon victims. SONA 2025, no red carpet policy, a hypocrisy? Yeah, let's not read the entire thing, but there are a lot of, let's see here, a lot of photos here of luxurious items here that were apparently spotted by the Daily Tribune photographer. Let's see here. Designer Farah Abu wearing her saranggola or kite earrings. There's also Bendiola earrings and necklaces made of Aklan freshwater pearls and upcycled piña trimmings. There's also a Bottega Veneta bag, photographed by Adam Lascano. Valentino clutch by Aram Lascano as well. Lascano? It's Aram Lascano. Alright. Okay. There's also a Gucci watch photographed. There are Jor-El or Jor-El Espina and Patis Tesoro collaboration pieces. There's also a Lilio shoe with matching embroidered bag, photographed by Denny Bernardo. A Lilio shoes, Cartier watch, designer Pamela Gotanco of Pampinoy Jones after Artefino for the first time, and clutch bags hand carved in Paete by Charming Baldemore. There's also a Louis Vuitton bag that's photograph. These were all spotted. I will now state the costs according to the page. A Gucci vintage watch costs around 250,000 pesos at Gucci website. Cartier watch with diamonds, over 1 million pesos at the brand's website. Valentino clutch bag, around 170,000 pesos at Valentino website. Valentino white sling bag pumps, around 65,000 pesos online. Bottega Veneta camera bag, over 137,000 pesos at the website. Okay. Bottega Veneta camera, yep. Lady Dior bag. Oh my god, 385,000 pesos at the brand's website. And the Louis Vuitton bag, over 270,000 pesos online. Jesus! SONA-worthy Filipino work spotted at Artefino, ongoing until the 3rd of August in the 5th at Rockwell, Makati. Jor-El Espina Filipiniana, starting at 6,005 pesos for a top. Lacat X Dex Fernandez Garapata. Sustainable sneakers made of recycled pineapple leaves made in Negros, 13,940 pesos. Clutch bags starting at 2,000 and Lilio shoes starting at 2,000. There's also Filipiniana boleros starting at 3,000. Aklan earrings with local freshwater pearls and upcycled piña trimming starting at 650 pesos. Aklan Sampaguita necklace with local freshwater pearls and upcycled piña trimming starting at 2,000. And hand-carved wooden earrings by Charming Baldemore of Paete, Laguna using salvage wood starting at 800 pesos. Okay, there's a daily horoscope here. I don't know if I should read this or not, but before that, there's also Barbie Forteza, JC Alcantara, A Love Team in You movie? Alcantara has revealed at the media huddle for the film that he has the so-called third eye in real life. Katribuhu, hunky actor's choice of phone becomes viral. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna show you this. It's a pretty chaotic piece. Pretty famous people here. Ben and Ben. Look at that. There's also this by Alex Brosas. A hunky actor might find himself embroiled in a quandary. A photo circulating online caught the hunky actor using an iPhone, causing a stir on social media. Why should there be a problem with that? It's because he's endorsing an Android phone for a certain brand. And surely he can't be seen with another phone because he's got a lock-in contract. Woo! A lock-in contract. Yeah, he is because he's endorsing an Android phone for a certain brand and surely can't be seen with another phone brand because he's got a lock-in contract. Very fascinating. Very worrying as well, but this news piece, this broadsheet is a month old now. So, you know, I don't know who could this person be because it's unnamed. Right. Okay. There are daily horoscopes here. I don't know if I should read this because I don't really believe in horoscopes. These are also Chinese zodiac signs. Not, you know, the usual stars. Again, delicious. It tastes a bit salty, I don't know why. Okay. Well, we do still have the time, so, you know, might as well read. Maybe just read one. Oh, hold on.